Welcome. It's nice having you. I want to start by just really briefly going through some of the different elements that we're seeing right now with the economy. So we'll start with number one, economic and stock market risks. Well, over the course of the last week, there actually has not been a lot of new news that has come out. But what we're also starting to see is that the Federal Reserve is going to really start to think about cutting interest rates because I think they're getting strong hand into at least doing one. So this will look like 1/4 of 1%, so 0.25% cut in our interest rates. Now that doesn't sound like much, and for all practicality, it isn't. But what this will do is appease some of the other individuals and some of the institutions out there to just say that they're starting to work in the best interest of a lot of these different companies. You see, really, right now, what we're seeing is that there's the large companies like Nvidia and Apple and Tesla and Google and Amazon and Microsoft that are actually doing quite well. Now you can start adding in, say, Costco and some of the other retailers. They're still doing quite well. But right now what we're also seeing is about 65% of all of the other companies are not. And it's because they can't finance very well. And so when we lower interest rates, even by a little bit, it's showing that the Federal Reserve is trying to work with them. So that's something that I am starting to see, that we probably will get a rate cut this fall. And it may be just a very small one and done rate cut. Well, if we take a look at what we should be doing with the portfolio then, and I'm going to come into number two, portfolio changes. Now we're starting to take a look at and say, most likely, there's nothing to be done. This is realistically just something we are already dealing with and have in place. And so we're still taking a look at a sticky high inflation, but bonds are something that may start to actually act a little bit better because of that. So there's some very specific bonds that we can be adding in, but for the most part, it's realistically just being about steering away from companies that are interest rate sensitive and adding in companies that can really kind of pass on those high interest rates to others. So one company that can do that very easily is a utility company. So when we add in utilities, that can actually be a good place to be in sticky high inflation. All right, well, when we come back then and look at the broad picture, let's talk about wealth management and some of the advanced planning then. Right now, as we're coming into summer, there's many different things we can be focused on. Now, we've talked about all the differences between taxes over the course of the spring. We've talked about some of the differences with the insurances, making sure that you are taken care of and that we have kind of the what ifs taking place. But this is also, as we come into summertime, really good opportunities for spending time with family and spending time with just the summer, just the travel in itself, and you're going to have a lot of good conversations. This is a good time to take time with your family and really just be planning for and having a very quick and easy discussion about saying that as you have money that are going to be transferred to the kids, or as they have needs, there's ways that you can be working with this. And so what this will look like then is saying that just having even a nice, not even a family meeting, but just a gathering over the course of some drinks in an afternoon, just say, hey, you know, there are great ways that you can be doing some planning and that the kids can actually be helppful in working with the family as well. And it's just a quick and easy conversation to have. But that what really helps you to know that they are understanding what's going on, and helps you to sleep better knowing that as you have money that's can be passed along, they know not only what to do with it, where it should go, but the wishes you have as well. It's a great thing to do over the course of the summer as you have the ability to meet with family. The last element then is the second opinion service. And this is really taking a look at not only your pieces of the puzzle, but then the ones that you care about, and saying you can be offering them a second opinion by looking at where they're at today, where they want to go in the future, and then seeing if there are any gaps that exist. And that is the element that you can be talking about as well over the course of not only working with family and meeting with them, but then also as you're meeting with others, neighbors that you're enjoying, former co-workers, or even business owners that you are in networking with. All of these individuals need a wealth plan that's going to be right for them, and that may be the opportunity to bring that up. So with that, we'd be happy to not only meet with them, but let us know as you have questions as well. Take care.